legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Deep, long breaths. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. Feel that power of you keeping your back straight and your eyes closed, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's slightly painful. That's your true power. That's your determination. So use that power here, now, and forever. And see in your mind today how you will do when that music goes on as we work in the gym of life.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead when I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. Ooh, you make me wanna cry.
again. He is the man for the cups this season, all right, Alexis Sanchez.
Good morning, guys. I remember hearing Tony Robbins in one of his videos a long time ago say that there are 6 psychological needs, human needs, that we all have. And the one that stood out for me was the one where he talks about this need for certainty, the need of knowing that everything is going to be okay. So we all have that. And I believe that one of the things that can improve our lives immensely is understanding some of the stresses, anxieties, worries, doubts, fears that lead to, in some cases, addictions to food, sugar, you name it, anything. We can become addicted to anything. But there's a great power in that addiction. And what it is I believe, is that we have a certainty. We know that if we do that thing, we're going to feel a certain joy, a pleasure. Well, I'm telling you that the greatest certainty we have is that we can use determination and that power and channel it to do something great. Have a great day, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're going to talk about the workers today and who closes the year strong. So as you guys have met, I know I'm a former NFL athlete. And so for me, I've played a lot of different seasons. I've done a lot of different stuff. I'm obviously, any sports fans, hands, I can see anybody sports fans in here. Isn't it cool, like if you have a team and they've been playing, like they started so-so, they had a slump mid-year, and then all of a sudden at the end of the year, they pick it up. And next thing you know, they go off and win like championships. Anybody seen that happen before? Like, it's cool, and like the whole ride is experience. It's like a whole great feeling. And I just, like there's something special about that. And I realized that is what a lot of us miss for our lives. We miss that the back of the year, like the year started strong, let's go, hey, and all of a sudden we get going and we kind of get into that flow. We have some wins, we have some losses, but at the end of the year, we kind of just like, let's wait for the beginning of next season, next year, right? What if your team did that? If your team went, say, hey, at the end of the year, let's just wait for next season, you would hate that team. Like, I'm not with those guys, right? So we shouldn't do it for our lives. We should focus on how do we create a new momentum leading into next year to build up. Because here's what I do know. We are primed more than ever now to have such great opportunities in this world, because if you guys have noticed the world, like it's kind of a little bit on shaky ground. And we feel unsettled sometimes. And so if we can lead in and go, hey, I'm ready to take over, it's a matter of you coming and being the stability you seek in this world. That's the thing. Can you create and be the stability you seek so next year going forward, you have control? You're not like a leaf in the wind like we've sometimes felt in this world. So I'm going to today walk you through what for the last few years I've actually done. And I sat back and I was like, what do I do? Because I have a weird little process I've never actually titled or named, but I just do every year, because I actually look at the end of the year and go, hey, my body naturally goes, it's October, it's November, it's December. Let me go ahead and drink some more. Let me have a little more food. Let me just hang out. I'm going to bundle up because it gets cold. And the next thing I know, it's like, oh, it's January and I'm more fat than I probably should be. Actually, last year, this time I started gaining weight. So by the end, December 31st of last year, I was 250 pounds. And I typically sit at 220. Like on 3 months, added 10 pounds per month. Like I wanted to set a record for some reason. So I know what this is like when I just let things go. And last year, I'm like, never again, Anthony. So I'm going to tell you what I've been doing and what I stopped doing, and also what I will do for the rest of my life ongoing. I'm not going to lie, though. It's kind of cool to sit around and not work out and drink bottles of wine. It's just, isn't it sometimes like you need that? You need that a little bit. I got some head nods. So let's go into this. So I've titled this the R7 system. Let's hop into this. The first R is what I call review. And here's what I mean by review: a very hard look. Now, the hard look is not always easy to take. And to be quite honest, it's sometimes a little bit scary, because I want you to take a look at your life, which you've been doing this entire year. And I want you to take a very hard look and go, hey, what have I been doing that hasn't been serving the vision, the dream, the mission of where I'm supposed to go? Because you set this intention at the beginning of the year. You said, I'm going to go here. It's going to be my life. I'm going to create this thing. And then somewhere along the line, if you're doing great, phenomenal. Take a look at what you can improve upon. But if you're not where you wanted to be, what did I do that wasn't great? Where did I slow down? And honestly, if you have a planner, go take a look at your planner and see where you wrote things in that didn't get accomplished, or where you wrote things and if you go back and look, you go, yeah, that was a waste of my time. Because if we don't review, it's that whole process of if you don't look at history, you're doomed to repeat it. So every time I complete one of my planners, I actually go back and I thumb through and I go, man, what did I have to do in my mind at the time, but not really have to do in real life, right? So review. And if you can't see something, here's what I do. I sit back and I ask people, hey, taking a look at what's going on in my life, what should I adjust or change? Like you could actually outsource this to other people. It's seriously something you could ask your wife, because sometimes your wife or your husband are really good at telling you what you wasted time on, right? Because like you were talking about doing that thing and you didn't get that thing done. So the big thing first are review. And it should be something you go pretty deep on, because I want you to be able to pull out areas where you can see that you shouldn't have done things and areas where you could have done better, been more precise, been more productive, been more focused. You could have been a high performer at a higher level, right? Review. The second R, reframe. Now, this is an interesting one, because what we sometimes do is we look at these areas, and what we end up having internally is this level of guilt, this level of maybe a little bit of disdain, or maybe a little bit of like shame, or we're self-deprecating, like, oh, you dropped the ball, you suck. Look what you wasted time, Anthony. What was wrong with you, right? And what I do in that moment is I don't actually reframe, which is big, to extract new information. Because the reframes, what a lot of us are missing, I find. It's not so much that you tried something and you didn't work out and you walk away. It's like, no, you tried something and didn't work out. Why? And what's the silver lining? Maybe you tried an effort towards something in a new social adventure you're trying to do, and you created some stuff and it didn't pan out, and you go, oh, I just suck at video. No. Maybe you don't suck at video. Maybe you could have adjusted how you spoke about something, the way you
This time, we're gonna get funky. Funky. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're gonna do the basic step. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. To the right now. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha, real smooth. Let's go to work. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Get funky with it. Oh, yeah. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 5 hops this time. Hop it out now. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Right foot again. Left foot again. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all. Check it out, y'all. How low can you go? Can you go down low? All the way to the floor? How low can you go? Can you bring it to the top? Like it never stop? Can you bring it to the top? One hop. Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Reverse. Reverse. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Reverse, reverse. Reverse, reverse. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops, 2 hops. 2 everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all. Check it out, y'all.
It's Malinowski. Oh! Ruslan Malinowski from the other side of Bergamo buries it into the.
Good morning, guys. Top 10 rules for success today. Robert Kiyosaki, in his last page, identifies his 10 rules for success, and the one that stands out for me today is number 1. Experience makes you smarter. And then he goes on to talk about good debt versus bad debt and the value of education and understanding how to use it. You see, most of us view debt as a bad thing. We don't want to be in debt. We want to know that we are in the green column, so to speak, that we're moving forward, we're progressing, that we don't owe anything, we're not falling behind. But Robert Kiyosaki shares with us his wisdom of changing our mindset and changing the way we look at that, because he gives his experience when he first, or when he was starting out, he bought property, he bought commercial buildings, and he put nothing down, and he had debt, but every month that money would grow because he invested in something that was going to make his money grow. I hope this helps everyone. Have a great day.
I believe that your personality creates your personal reality. And in order to change your personal reality, your life, it means then that on some level we have to change, because nothing changes in our life unless we change. So if people understand that 90% of the thoughts that they think every day are the same thoughts as the day before, the same thoughts always lead to the same choices, the same choices always lead to the same behaviors, the same behaviors create the same experiences, and the same experiences produce the very same feelings and emotions, and those same emotions influence our very same thoughts, and our biology and our circuitry and our chemistry, our hormones, our gene expression stays the same because we're the same. But the repetition of firing and wiring the same circuits in our brain in the same way causes us to create a very finite set of circuitry that becomes our identity and our personality. And nerve cells that fire together wire together, which means you keep doing it, it gets easier for them to fire and they run more automatically.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I struggled to believe in myself. I quit on my business partner. And the thing that saved me was watching the successful stories of entrepreneurs. They gave me the inspiration to keep going, as well as the strategies of what to do. And quite honestly, I still need their stories and motivation today as well. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Joe Dispenza, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy.
So it turns out 95% of who we are by our midlife is a set of memorized behaviors, unconscious habits, hardwired thoughts and attitudes, conditioned emotions that are so familiar to us that it doesn't even feel like fear, or it doesn't feel like sadness. It's just who we are. So it usually takes crisis or trauma or disease or diagnosis or your lowest point in your life where you're knocked to your knees. And for that moment, you actually have a view of yourself outside of yourself. You can see yourself from a different state. The facade, the whole illusion is over. And that's when a person really begins to think about what they've been thinking about. They begin to notice how they speak or how they act. And I think they begin to pay attention to those feelings on a more regular and conscious basis. And the word meditation, I looked this up because when I started my journey, I'm very scientifically minded. The word meditation, the symbol means to become familiar with. So then the first step to change, if you wanted to create a new life, you have to change. To change your personal reality, you have to change your personality. And the first step is consciousness or becoming aware. So the moment you become conscious of your unconscious thoughts, the moment you become aware of your automatic reflexive habits and and your emotional reactions. The moment you can become so conscious of those unconscious states of mind and body that you don't go unconscious again, so familiar with those states. And how many times do we have to forget or go unconscious till we no longer forget or go unconscious and we stay conscious? That's lighting a match in a dark place. And most people, when they do meditation, they actually think, when those voices come up and when the chatter starts and those emotions start, they actually think that they're doing their meditation wrong. And I want them to know that they're actually doing it right, because you're coming up against those thoughts that slip by your awareness unnoticed or unchecked by many people. You all of a sudden catch how you speak. And people say, if I really want to be happy, let's think about this. I don't want to complain. I don't want to blame. I don't want to make excuses. I don't want to feel sorry for myself. I'm going to stop that. Now, that's breaking a habit of being yourself. That takes a lot of energy and a lot of awareness. And our environment then, the circumstances, our environment are always available for us to think and feel equal to everything in our life, you know? So the environment for many people, as we said earlier, controls the way they think and feel. So when they respond to their coworker, when they respond to the news, when they respond to the traffic in their life, that response causes them to return back to those unconscious programs. So, but sitting in a meditation and really sitting in the fire and believing that there's something on the other side of that thought, believing that there's something on the other side of some behavior or some emotion that makes us feel a certain way, that's stepping into the unknown. And it takes us disconnecting from the environment. That's what meditation is about. Playing music or hearing nothing, or closing your eyes and not eating, not smelling, not tasting, not feeling with your body. You're putting your body away and you're not letting it be the mind or the program. You're making it sit still. You're training the animal, right? And a person starts feeling emotional and they catch themselves starting to feel those emotions. Instead of letting that emotion drive certain thoughts or actions, that person settles the body down in the meditation and brings it back into the present moment, and that's a victory.
Rule number 2 is be in charge of your life.
How low can you go? Can you go down low? All the way to the floor? How low can you go? Can you bring it to the top? Like you never stop? Can you bring it to the top? One hop. Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Reverse. Reverse. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Reverse, reverse. Reverse, reverse. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. Two hops, two hops. Two hops, two hops. Right foot, let's stomp. Left foot, let's stomp. Charlie Brown. Hop it out now. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Take it back now, y'all. Cha-cha now, y'all. Oh, yeah.
Holtman trying to find the angle! This is truly unbelievable!
Good morning, guys. All right, I want to share a funny story with you today. This made me laugh when I saw it. This is from Evan Carmichael. You guys know I'm a big fan. He's a mentor for me, and When I went to his last filming session, he showed myself and another young lady that was there his painted nails as a way of showing, and those of you that follow him will know the story anyhow, but he's got these painted nails right now, and it's not something he felt comfortable doing, but he did it anyway, and he was trying to prove to himself and to everyone, help everyone understand, you got to get out of your comfort zone. But when I first saw it firsthand, and he showed me, and I looked at it, I thought, wow, that looks funny, but then I was laughing because I thought, good for him, and amazing in terms of the inspiration for me. Once we get uncomfortable, actually we can have a lot of fun with it because we can laugh about it. So, that's one of the big things for us to grow and be on this path of infinite mind wealth. Have a great day, everybody.
I am excited about a world where AI is an extension of human will and amplifier of our abilities and this most useful tool yet created. And that is certainly how people are using it. The level of the increase in quality of life that AI can deliver is extraordinary. We can make the world amazing and we can make people's lives amazing. We can cure diseases. We can increase material wealth. We can help people be happier, more fulfilled, all of these sorts of things. And then people are like, oh, well, no one is going to work. But people want status. People want drama. People want new things. People want to create. People want to feel useful. We're just going to find new and different ways to do them, even in a vastly better, unimaginably good standard of living world.
Need motivation?
Watch the top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I struggled to stay afloat. I quit on my business partner, and the thing that kept me motivated, that kept me going, was studying the stories of famous, successful entrepreneurs. And in their stories, it gave me the hope, the drive, the ambition, the thinking that maybe I can do it too, that extra bit of belief. And I still need their stories today, and I'm honored to share them with you here as well. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Sam Altman, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is think ahead.
Share with us kind of your thoughts on what this future AI looks like. You see it a lot in the business and B2B environments, accounts payable, accounts receivable, open AI, that kind of stuff. But what direction are you guys headed at?
I mean, we have figured out how to make legitimate intelligence in a computer. It's not a parlor trick. It actually learns. It actually can combine concepts in novel ways. It can figure out new things. And this, you can see this now starting to really take effect with some of our products. We have something called Copilot with Microsoft. Developers that use that, it's now writing half their code. There's an AI doing half of people's jobs. We have another thing called DALL-E, which generates images. And there's a lot of benefits to that. It's, generating tens of millions of images a day for people. But that's doing all of Illustrator's jobs. So this is and then you have our text models like GPT-3 and beyond that are doing a very wide array of tasks. But we have actually figured out how to put human-like cognition into a computer. And that, I think, will be the most significant shift probably that we see in our lifetimes of the technological landscape. I think this will be bigger than any of the great technological revolutions of the past. This will be bigger than the Industrial Revolution. It will change every aspect of society. And I think it's going to be, on the whole, just tremendously good, but it will certainly be a disruptive time.
Rule number 3 is maximize your time.
Focusing more specifically on productivity, what are some life hacks that maybe you apply to make your everyday more productive?
I think there's a lot of crap written about productivity secrets on the internet, and people sort of get into this thing where they spend more time trying to be productive about their productivity system than actually getting things done. I will say, I think that, I'll say 2, pieces of advice that aren't that obvious. One is, I think far more important than any particular system is just figuring out the right things to work on. And so all of the time that people spend with this new productivity app or that or whatever would be better spent really trying to think diligently about, I have the same number of hours as anybody else. What am I going to spend them on? And getting that right is more important than exactly being perfectly productive with those hours. A big part of that is not doing things that waste time. I think if you can just focus on the things that are important and not do the things that waste time, you can be fairly sloppy with productivity otherwise, and you'll still get far more done than most people. It's really hard to do though. The other thing that I think people don't think about enough is figuring out your own personal like rhythms of productivity. And there's huge variance I've noticed between people that figure this out and don't. So like for me personally, it turns out that I am most productive if I go to sleep late, wake up late, and then keep the first like 3 or 4 hours of the day and don't schedule any meetings, like work from home, like get through my list of stuff then, and then like pack all my meetings when I'm kind of less productive at just grinding stuff out or thinking creatively in the afternoon. And like it took me some number of years to figure that out because it didn't like fit well with the work schedule I was naturally in. But then I was like, all right, if this is like the thing that makes me most productive, then I'm gonna like make my whole schedule work to support that. And that was like a really important change for me. So I think figuring out your own personal like optimal times to work on what kind of different things, people don't really talk about that much, and at least for me, it had a huge impact.
Rule number 4 is invest in what you love.
How many investments do you have, like large, like altogether, active? I'm trying to get a sense for.
I mean, counting all the YC ones, like a few thousand. Personal ones, I would guess 400.
Wow, really?
Something. Well, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and every once in a while I see like a really gigantic deal. What makes a Sam Altman deal?
I try to just do things that I'm interested in at this point. One of the things I have realized is all of the companies I think I have added a lot of value to are the ones that I sort of like think about in my free time on a hike or whatever, and then text the founder and say, hey, I have this idea for you. And
here we are again, ending the way we begun today together. Knowing the truth, though, that nothing ever ends, nothing is ever over. Determination is never over, never done. Because we are an energy. We are one energy. The way we take control of our breathing in this moment, the way we did our best today on all the exercises and stretches we did, that's the same way, same process we can use to make the best decisions. No, not decisions, determinations. Positive choices, loving choices, peaceful, grateful, mind healthy, mind wealthy choices, determinations. We don't choose and lose, we determine and win. Just like we won again today, here, right now. Just like we're winning right here, right now, just by being our presence, who we are. By believing and truly knowing the absolute truth that can never be taken away from you by words, by actions of others, or any things, any negativity, any sort of losses, pain, suffering, lies that is taking place. Those are lies. That's not the truth of what we were all born to do and be. That's just the mind that has taken over. The collective mind, our individual minds, but we have the power. We have our determination.